Hi guys, hello everybody out in Facebook land. Well, it's live time with Barb again, and we all know what time it is. If I'm live, it's 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain Time where I live, 6 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Eastern. So, yay, it's Thursday, it's Facebook Live, yay! I just get so excited about this because I love doing this. When I first started doing this a couple of years ago, I was very nervous, and I tried to be very professional and, very stand up straight and make sure your collars are fixed and, and your nails are manicured and all this kind of stuff. And anymore, I'm just like, who cares? Nobody watching me cares if I'm completely professional. In fact, I would imagine that most of you would appreciate it if I'm not completely professional. So I won't be. I have something so cool to show you guys. And I did it because one of you, and I cannot remember who, one of you guys left a comment last week while we were talking in the beginning of the video, we were chit-chatting, and one of you left a comment, and we were talking about the tiny hands. And I do have the tiny hands, and I am going to show you the tiny hands because last week I painted the nails of my tiny hands. So you see, I took a real red Stampin' Blend marker and I painted the nails on my tiny hands. Well, one of you said, hey, your tiny hand needs a ring. And it's kind of been in the back of my mind all week long. And this morning when I got out of bed, I'm like, okay, today's Facebook Live. And of course, I hadn't done anything. I didn't have any idea what projects I was going to share, nothing. But that ring in the tiny hand just kept resonating in the back of my mind. And so when I got up, before I went up and made my son his breakfast and everything and sent him on his merry way to school, I made a ring for my tiny hand. And it is the left hand. So this tiny hand is married. And yeah, isn't that funny? Stampin' Up! Many years ago, you guys might know this. They used to sell wire. And we had, I think, 2 different collections of wire. I think one was like metallics, like black and gold and silver and pewtery and whatever. And the other one was like colored. And over the years, I've gotten rid of all of them except the gold and the kind of pewtery one. I think I must have used up all my silver because I couldn't find that anywhere. So I grabbed the pewter stuff and yeah, I made a ring. So, and look at the rock. Look at that woman's rock. Whoa, that's huge, you guys, right? So then I just used a mini glue dot and a rhinestone, and there we are. So every time I look at it, I'm just cracking up. My husband came down a little while ago, and I said, "Look what I did to the tiny hand," and he just looks at me and goes, he just shakes his head because I've been talking about tiny hands. Yes, put a ring on it. Who said that? That was hilarious. Amy, yes, put a ring on it. So we'll be using the old married tiny hands today for some projects, for some things. I love doing that. Like a little schoolgirl who's got a crush on somebody. Except she wouldn't have a fabulous wedding ring, so whatever. So anyway, that was kind of fun for me this morning. So that's what I wasted my time doing this morning when I should have been creating projects for Facebook Live. I was making a ring for the tiny hand. But I did make the projects, and you're going to love them. Okay, so what's going on in the Stampin' Up! World? Well, you guys, if you happen to be a demonstrator, we are going to get a sneak peek at our brand new catalog coming up in about less than 2 weeks. I'm just going to say that. And the reason I say that is because our new catalog is going to be coming out in May. So we're going to be having a retirement list coming out at the end of the month. When the new catalog goes to demonstrators, we're going to have a retirement list. And we know for sure a few things that are going to be on that list, like all of the in-color products from 2019 to 2021. So we've got Rococo Rose and Seaside Spray and Pretty Peacock and Terracotta Tile and Purple Posy. So anything that has those colors in it, any ribbon collections and ink refills, any designer series paper, which most of designer series paper retires anyway. But if it has any of those colors in it, it's absolutely going to retire. So, and typically something always sells out, whether it's the cardstock for some color or an ink refill for something, or maybe some Stampin' Blends for one of the colors. So don't be the person that wishes they got an ink refill for their Rococo Rose pad, and then it's unavailable. So you have, you know, a couple months still, but as soon as that retirement list goes live, there's just like a shopping frenzy on some of that stuff. So I'm just giving you a heads up so that if you're going to be placing orders, you know, in the near future, maybe throw some refills on there. They're not super expensive. You know, if you're running low on some cardstock, get those. If you're loving the metallic Seaside Spray ribbon, get another one. If your Purple Posy Stampin' Blends are getting kind of dry, you know, replace those, just as a heads up. And then we also know for sure that our DSP collections, the 6x6s, where we have like the Brights collection, the Subtles, the Neutrals, the Regals, those are also going. And the reason we know that is because if you joined Stampin' Up! During Celebration in January or February, you got a collection of 5 packs of those papers. So you got the new patterns, which means the patterns that we currently have are leaving. And so that's another thing. If you're interested in these patterns that we have now, then you'll want to get those too. So I want to say hello to some of you. Oh, I see some of my girls on here. Kathy and Laura. There are girls on my team. Hello, ladies. We've got Pam and Denise and Carol and Susan and Amy and Lisa. Hello, Barbara. Great name, Barbara. Tina, Debbie, another Amy, Teresa, Lisa, all of you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it very much. If you wouldn't mind, you know, thumbs up me, giving me the thumbs up. I mean, how can you not thumbs up the tiny hand with the wedding ring? Seriously, those of you that are just joining me, somebody last week recommended that I should put a ring on my tiny hand. And so I did. So if nothing else, give me some hearts and thumbs up for the ring on the tiny hand, because it did take a little bit of, it did take a little bit of work to get that done. So, and to make it look kind of nice, you know, because I didn't want, you know, the tiny hand to have, you know, an ugly wedding band. I wanted it to be nice. So I did spend a good, I don't know, 5 minutes on it. And if you would share the video, that would be awesome too. Okay. I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously some stuff happens, because stuff always happens in my life, some silly things. Oh, I do have one funny little story. When I used to do home workshops, you know, I used to cart all my stuff into people's homes and do home workshops, because that was what we used to do. And I haven't done an event outside my home for a really long time, but I had a rule when I was doing home workshops, and that rule was no drinks on the table. On the stamping area, the table, there's no drinks allowed. I don't care if it's water, there's nothing allowed, because water and paper, they don't mix. So that was a rule that I had. Yesterday, I was working on some of my In Bloom class projects, sneak peek, and I had like a million of these die cuts from the Pierced Blooms dies. I had a whole bunch of them out. I had my little container, and I had some out on my desk, and I had stuff all over the place, and I was drinking a Diet Pepsi. Guess what? I broke my own rule, and I spilled my Diet Pepsi, and it was like a brand new Diet Pepsi, so it was like almost full, and I picked it up to like take a drink, and it just slipped out of my hand and just bounced on the table, you know, of course, then it shoots out because, you know, all the carbonation in there. Oh, I mean, the only saving grace was that it was Diet Pepsi, so nothing is all sticky. But it made a gigantic mess. It got in my whole container full of die cut blooms, so they're all ruined. It got onto some of the cards that I was working on. It just made a gigantic mess. So why would I break my own rule? I don't know. No, it's not a right hand. See? It's because my camera's backwards. So everything you're seeing is backwards, but it's a lefty. So like this is my left hand, and here's my tiny left hand. So it's a lefty. And then here's the right hand, and here's my right hand. So everything's backwards. But when I flip the camera, then you'll really be able to see that it is lefty. I did think about that. So who said that? Denise, yes, I totally thought about that. So I thought I got to make sure I get it on the right hand. So there you go. So yeah, so I made a giant mess. There's soda everywhere. Ugh. Yeah, well, Debbie, I normally don't allow drinks on my stamping table, even myself, because clearly I'm klutzy and that kind of stuff happens. So, yeah, so today when I was down here working, there's no Diet Pepsi allowed on the stamp table. It's all behind me by my computer where my water is and everything else. So yeah, no more of that. Okay, girls, I think we are going to, I guess I shouldn't just say girls, but I don't think there's any guys watching me. So I'm just going to say, okay, girls, we're going to flip the camera, because that's just what I'm going to say. And if you're offended by that, I'm terribly sorry. But I'm not going to quit saying girls or ladies or anything of that nature. So let me line this up because you know I'm pretty anal about things. And I gotta fix the camera. Okay, I think that that's pretty good. I don't know. No, I'm gonna move that out just a tiny bit. There we go. Okay, here's my thing. Okay, we're good. Oh, so here's what I was working on when I spilled Diet Pepsi everywhere and made a gigantic mess. This is my class to go for the month of March. It's the In Bloom, and this is one of the projects. You know, I'm gonna grab what you get in the kit. Hold on. Okay, so if you purchase my kit to go, you get a half a pack of the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper, which was part of Celebration last month. You get 3 paper pumpkin boxes. You get a half a package of our note cards and envelopes, which is 10. You get the pre-cut cardstock kit with 8 envelopes. So you're going to make note cards and envelopes and regular cards and envelopes. You're going to make 8 regular cards and envelopes, 2 each of 4 designs. And then you're going to make 4 note cards and envelopes that go in this box. But you could make more than one of these because you're going to have enough supply. Well, you'll have enough boxes and note cards. You'll have to get your own, you'll have to die cut stuff and whatever. So here's all the pre-cut cardstock pieces. You get the snail mail twine. You get the metallic seaside spray ribbon and a half a pack of rhinestones, and you get the shipping, and it's all for only $45. You get all this stuff for $45, and the link is in the description of my video. So I don't normally do this, but this is one of the projects you're going to make. So this is the box, and then I have 4 cards and envelopes in here, and I will kind of quickly go through those. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. And that's all I'm going to show you. And then you'll have 4 other greeting cards, 2 each of 4 designs, that you'll make also. So it's a super good deal. And the reason I can give you so much stuff is because the paper was free. So I'm not, normally, you know, when I have a class to go, I have to put all the pieces and parts in there, and they all cost me money, but the paper didn't cost me money. So I got to put other things in there for you instead of the Designer Series paper cost. So it's a win for you. Okay, so free jumbo bow makers. I am giving away a free jumbo bow maker. See, lefty. With a $100 purchase in my online store this month. So, or between the 1st and the 15th. So it's coming to an end on Monday. I, of course, have a lot of these to give away, and they will be, they could be various colors. They will probably won't all be this color, but they'll be this amazing, and they'll do the exact same thing. So, free jumbo bow maker, and we will continue on. Our virtual retreat is coming up at the end of the month. So if you guys have not registered yet, you still can. The goodie box, the swag box, I still have swag boxes left. I think Dina's are sold out. So if you are wanting to go to our retreat, you can get, you can purchase your box from me, and you can get into the retreat group, and we're going to have a ton of fun. And you're going to get $100 in Stampin' Up! Merchandise in your box. You're going to get 12 make and take projects. You're going to get, to play bingo. You're going to get to participate in mystery stamping. You're going to get to participate in a card challenge. We are doing a card swap, and as long as you can get your cards done and made and get them to Dina by probably like March 26th or something, you can participate in the swap. And yeah, so, but if you are like global, if you live in, you know, Australia or England or something like that, you can purchase just the online version for $60. Okay, so I still have boxes left, so there's a just link in the description of the video. And yeah, you guys are noticing my ring, aren't you? I just had to do that. I don't know who, somebody mentioned it last week that I should do that, and I don't know who it was, and I would love to thank you because it was a fantastic idea, and I really went with it this morning. So then, of course, you guys have heard me talk about Stamp Happy Academy numerous times. We are entering our 3rd month of Stamp Happy Academy. It's been around for 2 months, and it is going crazy. We just rolled over 700 members, you guys. I think there's like 704. So it's amazing. You guys are loving it. We put all of our online class files in there. So you get 4 online class files a month. You get my class to go, Kelly's class to go, Dina's class to go, and then we collaborate on a class for an online class, which of course is the butterflies this month. And you'll get all those 4 classes for free, just for $19.95 a month. So that's a great deal. And then you can decide for yourself if you want to buy the kits that go with the classes, and then you can buy the kits from us if you so desire. So yeah, and then if you want the live classes, that's an additional $15 a month. So you can get the premium for $34.95, or you can just get the live for $20. Debbie's asking me what I use to color the nails. A Real Red Stampin' Blend marker, Debbie. But if I rub on this, it will come off. So, you know, I have to kind of be careful with them. Like I can't rub it across my paper like an eraser, or it will come off. But I don't have anything else I could use, so it did work. And then, of course, you did notice the ring. Okay. Anyway, Stamp Happy Academy, going strong, having an amazing time. So this is our collaboration class this month. It's the Butterfly Brilliance. And you can get the class itself for $20 or free if you're a member of Stamp Happy Academy. The online class plus the pre-cut cardstock and supply kit, which is the silver metallic ribbon and the elegant faceted gems, is $45. Or you can get the Brilliance, Butterfly Brilliance collection of products, plus the ribbon, plus the gems, and the pre-cut cardstock kit is free. And so with the online class when you purchase that. So yeah. You guys are loving my ring on my tiny hands. Yay! I thought you might. This is the class I just talked about. It's $45, or you can add the In Bloom bundle for $58.25. And then I did also use the Best Year stamp set, and you can add that on for $24.25 if you want. The class itself is $45. All right. We are also offering the online class, the Berry Blessings. This was free to our retreat members that signed up for the retreat before February 26th. So if you already signed up for the retreat before February 26th, you're getting this class for free. If you didn't sign up for this class or the retreat and you want it, you can purchase the class from me. You can get the class only for $20, the class and the cardstock kit $35, the class, cardstock kit, and then the stamp set and paper for $65. And I think I have a link below in the video, and if I don't, I'll put it in there later. Are All the Chicks online class? I think I have 4 of these kits left. If you're interested in that, link is below. The sweet ice cream, I think I have 1. You guys, I think I have 1 of these left. I sold number, whatever what it is today, and then I think I have 1 left. And the flowering cactus, I think I have 4 or 5 of these kits left. And then this is the new paper pumpkin kit that's going to be coming out in April. Oh my gosh, just look at how fun that looks, you guys. So that's like the color combination, the fruity popsicle thing. It's going to be amazing. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber already, you will be getting this in the mail in April. If you're not, you can certainly sign up. You can sign up with me at barbmullican.com. You can sign up, or you can go to my online store and purchase a prepaid subscription and get in that way. All right, let's stamp. What are we going to do first? Oh, let's do this because this is cute. So I did a blog hop today, so you may or may not have been on my blog and seen my blog hop. And I made this really cute little pouch, which I'm sure you've all seen a million times because it's been around for 100 years. But, you know, things get recycled all the time, and it's just a ton of fun, I feel like. So we're going to do it again. So I'm going to be using, this is the Designer Series paper packs that I was talking about earlier in the presentation that are going to be retiring because these patterns are going to be retired. We have new patterns coming out, and if you joined Stampin' Up! In January and February, you got the new patterns for free. So these are retiring. We're also going to be using the cute Springtime Joy stamp set because it's spring and it's cute. And then you guys are going to laugh. I was looking for a Happy Easter stamp in my vast collection of stamps, and I don't have that many. I have things that say, like this says Easter as a reminder of new beginnings, which is a nice sentiment. I have Easter wishes things and some other, but they didn't say Happy Easter. And I kept looking and looking and looking. And so I was pulling out all of my stamp sets looking, and I'll be darned if I came across this and there is a Happy Easter. So all I have to do is mask that off. And bingo, Happy Easter. So if you're looking for certain sentiments, you guys, and you don't think you have anything, don't forget to just look through your stamp sets and read what you have, because I was quite surprised that I actually had one. So I was pretty happy about that. Okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do a little stamping. So I'm going to move all of this off to the side. Oh, look at that. Here's a piece of wire from my tiny hand ring that I was working on this morning. I used to make jewelry a long time ago, so I do have some jewelry making supplies, and that might have also helped me with my amazing ability to craft a ring. Look at that. It's not so quality under here, but it's pretty good right here. Okay, I digress. We got some stamps, and we've got some ink, and we've got some blends, and we've got some more stamps, and okay, I think that's good. Now I need some paper. And I don't need very much paper, and I've got some things already cut here. Whoops, I dropped something on the floor. I'm going to have to get up. Okay. So I have this little circle here. I have these tiny little flowers. I have a scrap of white, and then I have a scallop circle that I cropped out of our layering circles dies. This is a number 4, maybe. I can't remember. This is a 2-inch circle, so whatever layers behind a 2-inch circle really nicely, that's the one. So I need a scratch paper for my circle here. And I'm going to add a bit of adhesive to the back of it to make it stick onto my paper. I don't want to have it stick too much that I can't get it off. But okay, so I'm going to use a blending brush and a little bit of Granny Apple green ink. And here's a little tip that I learned from a fellow demonstrator up in Canada, Lindsay Mahan, I believe her name is. She recommended when you're doing blending, and if you're going to do like a lot, have I showed the ring? You know, I haven't, Carol. I just made it this morning, and I've just been crazy busy all day trying to get my online class ready to go and then get prepared for this, and I just haven't. And I think, you know, Dina's getting ready to go out of town, so we're all kind of busy. But I will show what you were in. She's going to laugh her head off. I don't even think I showed her the painted nails yet, honestly. So anyways, Lindsay's tip was, if you're using, most of the time when you ink up your blending brush, you rub it off on your paper first to kind of get some of that ink off so you don't have such a harsh line. Well, her recommendation was to put it on like a clear block or your Stamparatus plate first, and then come in and start adding it, so that when you need to get more ink, you can come back to your block or your Stamparatus plate and get more ink that way. So you're not like wasting it, which I mean, I don't know how much you would really be wasting, but, oh, Ruth, it does. And I have that too. So Ruth says that, you know, it does. Now that you're saying that, Ruth, it does. But it was a little bit larger than I wanted for this project that I'm going to do. But you are correct. It does have one in there. So that's good to know. All right. So what I'm trying to do is just create like some grass down here. And then you can just wipe that off with a baby wipe, or, you know, a wet rag, whatever you have, you can wipe that off. So that's just a way, if you're doing a whole bunch, then you don't have to constantly be wasting your ink. You can get it off here, you know, more than once, and then you may obviously have to go back in there, but this way you won't have to as frequently, I guess. So then you're not taking all the ink off your pad where you have to re-ink it more often, which, I mean, I have a re-inker, so I don't really care, but it's just a tip that I heard of, and I decided I would share it. So that we are done with now. So we have our little circle done. So we're done with this. Then I'm going to use basic gray ink. And I was going to use black. And I'll show you the ones I did in black after I show you the gray. And you'll see why I decided to go with gray. So now I'm going to stamp some flowers across my grassy area here. And I'm not going to lie, the struggle is real. Now that I have decided that I'm getting my cataract fixed, and I've gone to the doctor and they've told me that it's really bad and I'm legally blind in my eye and blah, blah, blah. I want it fixed, and it's becoming super annoying. So yeah. So April 20th can't come soon enough when I can actually see the surgeon. Okay. So I'm going to pull this off here just because it's kind of getting, so there it is with the gray, but here it is in black, which it's actually quite, I don't know if you guys can tell. To me, the black is just so much darker. And I just felt like the gray was just a little more subtle. And I'm trying to make something kind of Eastery and springy. I didn't want it to be so black. So that's why I chose the gray. But I also need one more stamp. And where is it? Here it is, this little butterfly. So I'm going to stamp this up. Make sure it's going the way I want it to. Right up there. Okay. So we're going to let that set for a second while we do our sentiment piece. And I'm going to get a strip of cardstock out of my drawer here. I've got a million. I only need one, so I'm going to rip that. Okay, I'm going to put that over there, put this here. So I've got my sentiment out of the tulip set that says Happy Easter, Happy Spring, Happy, Happy everything. And I've got some Post-it notes here. And so I'm going to cover up the Happy Happy Everything. And then I'm going to cover up the Happy Spring. And there's a little comma after the word Easter. And so I'm trying to cover that up too. And it may work and it may not. If it doesn't, I've got a tip for that too. Okay. So I'm going to ink this in my Flirty Flamingo. And the most important thing to do is remove your mask. Okay. Now, I don't think there is, but if there was ink on there, all I'd have to do is take like either a wet Q-tip, or if you have a blender pen, it has a super tiny point and you can just get the ink right off of that. So I'm going to huff on it and I'm going to stamp it on this little strip here. Just like that. And then I'm going to take my classic label punch and I'm going to crop that out. Try to center it. This is where you have to close your bad eye so that you can only see with your good eye. There we go. Oh my gosh, is that crooked? Can somebody that has good eyes tell me if that's crooked? I can't tell. I think it's okay. Here's a funny little story. My husband and I went somewhere yesterday. We went to the grocery store and he was driving. I'm trying not to drive anymore if I can avoid it because I can't really see that great. And anyways, there was a car in front of us. And the car was about maybe 3 car lengths in front of us. And I closed my good eye, and I am not even lying about this. I could barely tell that there was something in front of us only because I could see a little change in color. So yeah, I am totally blind. Okay, so I've got some Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to color in my flowers. So I'm going to color these flowers with the light Flirty Flamingo. These little fun, I don't know what these are. Little posies, I guess, or something. I'm not a flower person. My mother was, bless her heart. She loved gardening and flowers and all that stuff. And I did not get that from her. My brother did. And then I've got light Daffodil Delight. Now, okay, I didn't use Memento, you guys. So if I really tried to work these colors, like if I tried to do a bunch of shading, it's probably going to bleed. But because I'm trying to mostly stay on the inside of the color, it's working out pretty good. All right, and then I've got Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to color in the leaves. This is also light. And I'm kind of bent down, so if you guys are saying anything, I can't see it at the moment. But I will be getting back up here in a moment. Okay, and then I have a light purple posy for the butterfly here. And I just really feel like, I just love, whenever I'm doing Eastery type things, I always like to use light purple, light pink, light yellow, and green. I don't know what it is, but I always do that. Every year when I make Easter stuff, I always use those colors. So that I had to get the dark too. I forgot. This is a purple posy dark. All right, so we got that done. Then we're going to take our little Happy Easter sentiment, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on that. And I'm going to set that right here. Okay. And then, of course, there's glue on the back of it, so I got to be careful. And I'm going to add a few dimensionals. Oh, this entire sheet of dimensionals got douched by my Diet Pepsi yesterday, so it's a little weird. It feels a little weird, but they still work. I was afraid that they would not work anymore after they got sopping wet with Diet Pepsi, but they're fine. In case you're just joining us, I spilled an entire, well, almost an entire Diet Pepsi on my stamp table yesterday while I was working. And I broke golden rule number 1 down here, which is no drinks on the stamp table. So I got in trouble from myself, and I will be not doing that again. Okay, I need some rhinestones. Colored inks won't bleed with blends. Yeah, Denise, they will, because these are water-based and... Or no, oh, you're right. It's the StazOn that would bleed. Gosh, I'm losing my mind. Thank you very much for saying that, because I don't want to give out bad information. So Denise is right. They're water-based and these are alcohol-based, so they are opposite, so they won't. Boy, I keep telling you. See, I'm supposed to be acting like a professional. That's hilarious. Okay. And then I have this little flower that I also need to put a gem on the middle. And this is one of those tiny little flowers that comes out of the pierced blooms. There's like a little 3 flower thing, and this is, it cuts 3 at a time. So that's one of them. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set these aside for just a moment. And we're going to create our fun little pouch. And so how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take a piece of paper out of here, and I'm going to use this one here, my Flirty Flamingo. And we're going to do what is called the Diaper Fold, okay? And like I said, this is an old thing. You may already know what it is. You may go, gosh, who cares? But it's really cute. And sometimes, you know, we have new people that are always coming into crafting that have never seen it. And so it definitely warrants a show again because it's adorable. So this is a 6x6. You're just going to fold it point to point. If I can get it. So I've got to close my bad eye so I can actually see what I'm doing. All right, so we've done it point to point there. Then I'm going to bring one of the sides over. It doesn't matter which one first. And you're going to bring it over so your straight line is still at the bottom here. You're going to go across, and you just want to make sure you're going to almost go to the center of this spot over here. Not quite, but almost. And then you'll burnish that. And then this one's going to come over. And it's called the Diaper Fold. Okay, so maybe this is how they used to do old style diapers when, you know, you had to dunk them in the toilet. I did not have to do that, thank goodness. But my poor mother did. Okay. So there we go. Then you'll just bring this flap down, and there you go. That's literally it. That's all you have to do. Now let me get my candy. Worked out perfect. I was at Walmart yesterday looking for candy because I like to eat it, number one. Number two, I like to eat it. And number three, I like to use it in my crafting projects. So I found these adorable little caramel bunnies because you have to buy the chocolate that you like. And I love chocolate and caramel. So I found these little things, and they're just so cute. Now, I don't know if this actually looks like a bunny. Sometimes they say bunny, but it's actually a blob. We'll find out because I'll eat one. And then I'm just going to tuck that into the pouch. And that totally, there's no glue involved in this thing at all. There's no glue that I put on this pouch. It just stays pouchy. Okay. So then I can just take this, my little cute focal point that I just made. And I'm going to add that like so. And actually, I'll pull that out for just a second while I press that down and get it rubbed into place. And then because this is pink and this little flower is blue, that's where I got this little guy here. So I thought what I would do is I would bring in a glue dot, and we would put a glue dot on the back of this little flower. This is a scrap. You can see it's actually chicken wire. It's from some swaps I did for the Hey Chick stuff. Okay, so that's on there. It's a little bit large for my flower, so I'm just going to take my point of my Take Your Pick tool and just fold back any of that excess glue that's between the flower petals, and then it'll be just fine. So then you can just take this and stick it right over this blue flower. Oh, maybe you can't. Whoops, and now it's stuck on my table. It's like a Mexican jumping bean. Get back here. What the heck? Wow, I did not have these kind of struggles earlier when I was making this. Okay. So that way you can kind of cover up that little blue flower, and then when you tuck it in, it's pink. Oh my gosh, isn't that cute? Okay, so this is the one that I made for my blog hop this morning. So the card that I had used the pierced blossoms and the in bloom stamp set. So I made a little pouch using those adorable and amazing pierced flowers. But this afternoon, when I was figuring out what I wanted to do, I made some more. So I made one with the butterfly set. So you can see my butterfly there. And I have used 2 colors of ink underneath on this butterfly. I used Melon Mambo and Calypso Coral. So I've got those. So those are my kind of odd man out ones. And then the other ones that I have one that I did in Daffodil Delight and one that I did with the Purple Posy. So look how cute those are. So, anybody who's a member of Stamp Happy Academy that registers for the retreat is going to get a free gift in their box. And some of you just may get these. I don't know. I probably wouldn't send it to maybe you people in Florida or Texas because I wouldn't want the chocolate to get ruined. But, you know, maybe you people that are around, you know, my area, you might get one in your box. So anyways, and then I was working on another one here with the other pattern of the paper, but I didn't like this pattern of the paper as much. I like the polka dots with this kind of scritchy, scratchy stuff better. But aren't those just adorable? I mean, who wouldn't like to get that? It's just so cute. And you could literally, Jean, whip them out in minutes. They are so quick. There's no adhesive needed on these pouches whatsoever. Yeah, so you're welcome. And I do have a couple more here that I'm working on that I just need to make pouches for. So yeah. And then, of course, the addition of the rhinestones, always a little bit of bling. What set is the flowers from? The little tiny flower, Debbie? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. If you're talking about this little tiny flower, it's the Pierced Blooms dies. If you're talking about these little flowers, they come out of the Springtime Joy stamp set. They're these little flowers right here on this little butterfly. Okay? All right. Oh, and then these flowers are from the same die set as this, just in case that's what you were talking about. All right. Let me clean up my mess, because you guys know I can't stand working in a mess. And I'm just going to quickly clean off my stamps a little so that they don't end up getting all my pouches. And oh, look at that. We can put a tiny hand in here that can, you know, be showing you this super cute thing we got going on here. Okay. And I've got junk. Oh, that's not, I need that. Okay. Did I say this was a 2-inch circle? I don't remember. I meant to if I didn't. Okay. Moving on. We have this. Okay. So I need to get all these pouches out of the way. And my tiny hand. And that. And I've got some Facebook messages going off behind me. We're just going to mute that. Okay, so I believe I have showed you guys this before. This is the, it's an all-inclusive kit that we have in the big catalog, and it's called Simply Citrus. It's a really cute kit. This is the cards that the kit makes. I think it makes 3 of each. Is that right? I never can remember. 15 cards. Oh, 3 each of 5 designs. Oh, there is 5. Okay, that makes sense. Here's the other one. So there's 5 designs of cards. Super cute. You don't like a mess, but you like diaper. I know, Jean, how stupid is that? And I don't know what in the heck I was thinking, because I never have drinks on this table when I'm working, because I know what happens, because I've been at workshops where somebody spilled a coffee across the entire table. It ruined all of my catalogs. It ruined all of my card samples, which I then started putting in plastic envelopes. But literally everything got ruined, and I was so mad. But I mean, you can't act mad when you're in somebody else's house and their friend spills coffee on everything. Anywho, so I just made a rule, no drinks on the table, but yeah, I violated my own rule, and that's what happens. You get, you get in trouble. So rules are there for a reason. I need to remember that. Okay, so, but once you make all the cards, you still have the stamp set. And so that's what we're going to do. What's Tiny Hand's name? I don't know, Denise. I was thinking that myself. What should we name the Tiny Hand thing? I don't know. That kind of seems like a man's name. You know what I'm saying? But if we can come up with something good, I'm all for it. You guys, if you guys want to start making some comments in there about what we should name my tiny hands. Whenever I'm pretending I'm someone else, my name is always Helen. I don't know why. I do need to order some more, Amy. I could have a pair of male hands. I could make a man ring too, honestly. I'm sure that I could come up with something. But yeah, so you guys work on that while I get the stuff. So anyways, you'll have a stamp set left after the kit contents are gone. So we're going to use the stamp set and a couple things from the kit. Okay, and now I showed you this kind of a fancy fold a few weeks ago, so I hope you don't mind me showing you another version of it, because, you know, why not? This is going to be our inside layer, and I went ahead and did the, oh, where's my dies? Well, it's called Stitched with Whimsy. I think it's on about page 70 in the January-June catalog. And, yeah, it just makes a really cool stitching design. So we're going to use that on the inside. Somebody said Hannah. I like it. What else do you guys got for me? All right. So then I took one of the envelopes. Now, obviously the envelopes that come in the kit are meant for you to mail your cards that you make with those envelopes. But I have other envelopes, so I don't have to use the envelopes in the kit. I can do fun stuff with them. And so I'm going to use the inside of the envelope as designer series paper. So let me grab an envelope and show you what I did. Okay. So I stuck it in my trimmer, not this one, but a different one. And I just sliced just a tiny bit off this fold line here. Bernie. Oh, I like that. And flipped it around and cut it off again. And then the whole thing opened up. And as you can see, this back panel here is all patterned. Ooh, Glenda's good. Helen. Yeah, I always call myself Helen whenever, you know, you have to like fill out a questionnaire, but you don't want them to really know who you are. Like when you're doing things online, my name is always Helen. Handsome Hank. Jean, that's really funny. Mo, says Kathy. Okay, I have to focus now, you guys. So I need to cut this. So I cut it out of the envelope. So now I need to cut it so that it is about 2 inches by 5 1/8, I think. No, 5 3/8. 2 inches by 5 3/8. We'll try it. Okay. So we're going to go 5 inches. We're going to go 2, I said. 2. This might actually be the exact size that we needed, just because the way I cut it out of the envelope. I don't know. We'll see. Mo is a good one. All right. So if we did go 2, is that going to work? I think we should go a little shorter just because it just seems like we need to go a little tiny bit shorter. So we're going to go like 1 15/16. How's that for a tiny bit shorter? Actually, I'm going to cut it on that side because there's a fold line there. Okay, and a 1 15/16 if I can get the paper in my hand. Right here. Mo the tiny hand. Handy Mandy. Oh my gosh, Kathy, that's hilarious. Handy Mandy. I think that might be a winner, you guys. Oh, man. We do have fun here, you guys. There is no lie. That is no joke. Or just tiny, Cheryl says. Handy Mandy. If only Handy Mandy could actually do stuff. Oh, I got to put adhesive on there before I try to put it on the card. Whoops, I didn't get some up there, so we're going to... Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm laughing. Molly, Daisy, Trina. I like those, Dolly, but I'm still just chuckling at Handy Mandy. Okay, so... Oh, I forgot to say what I did with the card base. So I just folded it in half, and then I folded it back on itself. Okay, so that's all I did. So if you guys might remember the card I did a few weeks ago, looks like this. This is going to go on the inside, so we'll go ahead and stick that in there. While we're... Oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell my Handy Mandy, my assistant. Oh, they could be my assistant. Yeah, I wish they were. I wish they could do some things like all of my computer work. I wish they could do my taxes. That's the one thing I absolutely can't stand. Okay, so we have that. Now I need a piece of Calypso Coral. Here we go. And a trimmer. We're going to kind of score down the middle of this. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to guess because it doesn't really matter. So get the cutting blade out of the way. There we go. So I just have a scrap and I cut down the middle of it. And then I'm going to take a 1.5 inch circle punch. And now I'm going to center it. So now it does matter. So I want that line to be in the middle. And I want it to be in the middle again. And then we're going to fold these. Okay. Good enough. They're not perfect, but they're going to be fine. And then I'm going to add adhesive to one side. And we're going to add them close to the fold line on the front of this card. Oh. Okay, so they're going to be pretty close to that fold line and just about touching, but not quite. And you'll find out why I did that here when we get a little further into the card. Okay, so that's the card base kind of done. So then we have a stitched so sweetly scalloped rectangle. This is number 5. Liking Handy Mandy. I do too. I just really think that's funny. And it's perfect for down here. So I have that. So then I have the inside piece that I cut out of Whisper White, and it's 2 1/8, or no, excuse me, 2 1/16 by 3 3/16. It just seems to fit really nicely in there. Okay. Then I have my stamps that I wanted to use from that little stamp set mounted. I've got 2 sentiments, the lemon, the citrus piece, which I guess since we're having it be Calypso Coral, it's going to kind of be, what is that, grapefruit? Yes. And then we're going to do our stamping now. So let me move those a bit out of the way so I don't get, oh, we don't need this. Get out of the way. Mandy, can you clean up this mess? Handy Mandy. Wouldn't that be fun if I could actually have that happen? Like a genie in a bottle or something. Okay, so we're going to take the citrus piece and I'm going to stamp it in Calypso Coral twice on a scrap of white. I'm going to take my lemon and mango, and we're going to stamp it twice also. And then I have the leaf image that we're going to stamp in Just Jade. And we're going to do that 3 times. Okay. There we go. Oh, I guess I can stamp my sentiment in here. So my sentiment is going to be just a note. And this is in that little Simply Citrus kit. Try to get it up here in the corner a little bit. And the man's could be Handy Andy. Oh my gosh, Dina's husband would love that if I had Handy Andy on my channel. His name is Andy, you know, in case you didn't know that. I need a scrap of white. Here is a scrap. Oh, that's an envelope. Nope, I don't want to stamp on my envelope. Here we go. So this is my inside sentiment. It could be Handy Randy. Handy Randy and Handy Mandy. I need to get another set of tiny hands. That's for dang sure. All right, so that's going to be my inside piece, and I'm going to do that with a 2-inch circle. And, oh, you know what I meant to do? I meant to kind of get it off to the side, so let's try that again. Because when I cut my envelope open, let me concentrate here for just a moment. Okay, so when I cut my envelope open, I had that piece right there that I put on the card. Then I had the envelope flap. And so I took a 2.5-inch circle and cropped that out, but I ended up having, because there's not enough to do a 2.5-inch circle. So I thought it would be kind of cool if I layered this on this, and then if I just cut the whole thing off, so it's like I meant to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I'm a professional like that. Okay, so I'm going to add some dimensionals to this. Did I get them on the right? That one might not. Well, we'll see. It might work, it might not. If it doesn't work, we'll fix it in a minute. Okay. So we're going to kind of do it so that the edge that we would want to cut off is going to be on that edge anyway. And like that. Okay. So let me get rid of my ink so that I don't, you know, make a mess. Hello, Kathy from North Carolina. We've been talking about what to name my tiny hands. And just in case you haven't seen tiny hands before, I love tiny hands. They're hilarious. And I did paint my fingernails of my tiny hands. And I did make a ring for my tiny hands. And I think we're going to call my tiny hands Handy Mandy. And hopefully that Handy Mandy can assist me in doing some things down here, because I do need a lot of help. Okay, so I'm going to stick this on the inside of the card. Where is my seal? Oh, it's right here. Oh, we got a dimensional backing stuck in there. Get off. Okay, so I'm going to set this right on the edge, about like this. Got my eye closed in case anyone's wondering. Okay, and then I can take some scissors and we can cut this off. Or I could use a paper trimmer, I guess, but there. So that's what's going to happen. And then this is going to hook into that and it'll stay open and stand up. Okay, so we just need to finish the front here. So what I would do is I would color these with some blends. I'm not going to color them all because I've already done it and I've already fussy cut them out because nobody wants to watch me fussy cut out all this stuff. But I did do blends right in the center of this citrus piece, which, like I said, I think it's going to have to be grapefruit. But when I was coloring this, I was being a little more careful than I am right now. And I had some reading glasses on because my good eye needs reading glasses. Then I decided to use some dark mango in a little bit of these kind of spots with the darkness already there, I guess, in a sense. And then I just kind of blend those out. I don't know if you guys can actually see what I'm doing, but I'm just coloring and hopefully trying to not be crappy at coloring. Although the ones that I already cut out are not super awesome, so you guys will laugh. Okay, so then I did that with my lemon. And then for my leaves, I just went around the vein. And then I did fussy cut all these out with my paper snips. So, like I said, I didn't really think anybody would want to watch me do that, so I am not going to. I already have them done. So here they are in this little container. And they're all cut out. So now I can make another card. Okay, so we have 2 lemons. We have 3. Oh, I guess we have 3 citruses. I'm only using 2 though, I think. Oh no, I am using 3. I should have stamped 3. Forgot. Okay. So this is my little piece that I'm going to layer my fruit on. And so I'm just going to add some adhesive to some of these things. So I'm adding just regular adhesive to my citrus pieces. Whoops. Grapefruit. I need to just call them grapefruit. That's what they are. Okay. And I'm going to start by maybe adding a piece of grapefruit right there. And another one maybe up here. And then the leaves, I think I'm going to do with glue dots just because they're kind of small and I'm not as nimble using my seal adhesive when I have small pieces. So I'm just going to use glue dots because they're easy. All right. Oh, I see we have 2 Vickies joining us. Hello, Vickies. Nice to see you. And then this and this are going to get dimensionals. So we'll get a dimensional on the lemons. Okay, so I'm going to put the lemons on, sort of, kind of, where I think I might want them. So maybe a lemon here. And then another lemon about like this, I think. That's what I want to do. I'm not going to put you on just yet. All right, then I'm going to pick my leaves off. Oops, this one needs to be on top of this one. Because I wanted the leaves to be right there. I'm cheating and I'm looking at a little photocopy of a picture that I took earlier so I could remember what I did with everything because I liked how it turned out. I'll show it to you in just a minute and you'll laugh. You go, really? You can't remember? No, I honestly can't. Okay, so there's all my fruit. Here is my little cheater thing. So I took a picture of it earlier when I was creating the card. And then I printed it off so I would remember what I wanted to do. Okay, so I'm going to add some adhesive to this. My seal, no, it's not getting to the bottom. Sometimes it gives me some fits when it does that. Okay, so we're just going to lay this in the middle of our little scallopy friend. There we go. And then we're going to add glue to this. I'm going to use liquid glue just because it's easier, and then I can wiggle it around a little bit if I need to. This is the glue that got Diet Pepsi all over it yesterday. So I had to cut the plastic liner off. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to push those down. And then I'm going to center this from top to bottom and side to side as best I can. Being as I can't see that great. That one eye, sometimes, you know, it just doesn't, likes to give me fits. Okay, so I'm just pressing that down. Okay, so then in the kit, there is a lot of this twine. It's kind of like Calypso Coral and white twine. So I'm going to use my little bow maker to make a cute little more than one loop bow. So I'm going to do, how big do I want it? Do I want it like that or do I want it like this? Do I want a 2 or a 1? I think I'm going to go a 1. I think I'm going to go 1 tine from the center on both sides. And then if I remember right, you just can wrap it around again and maybe again even. Okay. And then you can cut that excess off. Then you shove that little tail through the hole and bring it up and tie it in a knot. And if I did it correctly, I think it should be a multi-loop bow. So we'll see. And I think I'm going to tie this again, like knot it. I just feel like I should since it's twine. Okay, so now we're going to pull it off. Oh, how cute. Look at that. It's like a triple bow. Okay, so then I'm going to add that with a glue dot. Where am I going to put it? I don't know. I'm just going to put it right here on this lemon. Because it's my card and I can do whatever I want. I'm going to snip off those little tails. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Then the kit also comes with these little vellum flowers. And I believe there's extras of these too. Oh yes, if you guys wouldn't mind thumbsing up my video, I would love you forever. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe down here in the corner of the video to be notified when I upload new videos, which I try to a few times a week. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to pull out, well, apparently way more than I need. I only needed 3. There we go, 3. Okay. And I think I can use glue dots for those too. Oh, I had to lick my finger. Sorry if that offends anyone. But I can't pick them up otherwise. So by the time I give someone this card, it'll be many, 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 many days or even a couple weeks. So we should be fine. Okay. So I think, ooh, what if we stuck them in the middle of the, I don't know if I like that or not. I'm going to set them there for a second and then we shall see what we think. Does anybody have an opinion? If I should stick them there or if I should stick them somewhere else? I don't know. Maybe I should stick them like around. Okay, if I didn't, okay, here they are on the fruit. Now if I took them, oh, that one may have to stay on there because I just ripped it. Oh, okay, never mind. It's a done deal. They're on the fruit. Okay, so then when you open up the card, you guys, you can stand it up and it's like, it's just cool. You still have room to write your message and it'll stand up. So remember a few weeks ago, I made this card using that paper blooms from Celebration. And then of course those die cut pierced flowers again that my class is about. And I'm going to shamelessly plug my class again because it's amazing. So here is my class. You'll get to make this cute box with 4 note cards and envelopes. You'll also make 4 additional cards with envelopes with your cardstock pack. You will get a half a package of the Paper Blooms paper, 3 paper pumpkin boxes, 10 note cards and envelopes. I used 4 in the box. You will also get a half a sheet of champagne rhinestones, a full roll of the Seaside Spray metallic ribbon, and the snail mail twine pack. And you get all that for $45, you guys. It's a great deal because I got the paper for free. I'm passing that savings on to you. And then I was able to include some other fun things in the class. So $45, links below in the description. And then if you want, you can purchase the In Bloom bundle for $58.25 and then another stamp set that I used for $24.25. All right, so here's this was my inspiration card. So this was the inside of it. So when you stand it up, this kind of goes straight out because we put those little circles in there. So that made it kind of like a little mechanism to hold that out, like a little framed piece of art. So there it is, super cute and really fun. And another very easy project, you guys. Okay, let me move everything out of the way because I have one more project for you. I need to clean some of this mess because I can't stand it. Sorry. I know you guys, it takes me forever, but here, you can look at Handy Mandy right there. Handy Mandy is now married, probably to Handy Randy if I can get some more tiny hands, and we will make them the girl and boy set of tiny hands. Okay, last project. If you guys could just see the mess I have over there, you would go, gosh, your stamping area is so clean. It's not really though. It's kind of a disaster. Okay. Goodbye, Handy Mandy. we need to bring out some, oh, here are my Stitched with Whimsy dies that I used on the last project. Yeah, they just do stitching, which is really fun. I've been kind of liking putting a Stitched Whimsy die on the inside of my cards. I just feel like that just adds more fun to the inside of the card. You know, I think people really enjoy having more fun inside. So there you go. Okay, so those don't go in this project. Oh, yes, they do. That's why they're in here. Okay. I just remembered what I was doing. Okay. I've got some ink. I've got Pool Party, Rococo Rose, Bermuda Bay, and Pear Pizzazz. Their hands getting painted too. I know, Dolly, Dina, and Kelly definitely need to take care of their tiny hands. They're kind of slacking, I think. All right. So we're going to be using the In Bloom stamp set, which is part of my online class. And here are my card pieces. So I've got a Pool Party card base, 8.5 by 5.5. I've got, I can't remember, I'll have to measure it. Oh, I do remember. The white is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So this is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. I just remembered. Then I have a 1.5 by 4 7/8 piece of the Designer Series paper out of the Subtles package. Now remember, this should be retiring this year because we have new patterns. I have a few different sentiment options here. So I've got the label that comes in the die set. I've got a small circle, an extra circle in case I screw it up, and then a strip because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do for the sentiment on this card. So we'll work that out later. Okay, so in this stamp set is this little flower here. Okay, you can make a butterfly out of this, and we're going to do that right now. Okay, so I have my layer of white. I have my Pool Party and my Bermuda Bay. I have that little stamp I just told you about. And then you also need that little guy. What did I just do with my stamp set? Oh, it's right here. So I have one of these little guys that's supposed to be a vein for this leaf, but we're going to use it for a butterfly body. And now this was something that was shared by one of our artisans. Stampin' Up! Has artisan stampers every year. And I believe the gal is from a different country. I can't remember. Anyway, she shared it. And so now I'm going to show you how to do it. So you're just going to stamp your image. Oh my, that looks, we're going to do that again. I got to wipe this off. Hold on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use Scotch tape. I find sometimes with my bold images that they can kind of collect some fuzz sometimes. And so if you use some tape, you can sometimes get that fuzz off there, and then you won't have that crappy stamping experience that I just had. Okay, the tape. Get rid of the tape and start again. All right, now that doesn't mean there's no fuzz in my ink pad, because there probably is, but we're going to try again. Okay, so we have one much better. We will have one like so. We'll have another one down here. Whoops, I better be careful right there. And then maybe we'll have one kind of partially off up here. And again, I better be careful. I think if I just rub it with my finger, it'll be fine. Okay, now we need the body. And I'm going to get a scratch paper just in case so I can quit wiping off my desk. Okay, so here is going to be the body. And you're just going to put that right in the center of the flower. Are you seeing it already? I just think it's the cutest thing ever. And we'll get one here. Then you're going to take a Stampin' Right marker and you're going to make your antenna. And now I am not an art major, so these antennae are not going to be perfect, but I think they'll be fine. They'll work. I mean, they'll definitely make this look like a butterfly. So cute. Like that. Okay. Then we're going to add some filler pieces here. So we're done with our little flower to make a butterfly. And now I have this little kind of 5-petal cute little flower here that we're going to add to this. If you guys happen to be on my blog today, you will find a card with a very similar look, because I did use this exact same color combination on the one that I did for my blog hop this morning. but I didn't figure that everybody looks at my blog, so I thought, I can do another card that's kind of similar to that, and you guys won't know. So I'm tricking you. Okay. And we'll just keep adding a few of these little green guys. Make sure we have enough covered. I think we do. You know what I might do? I might take this blue, and I might just... Ooh, that was Bermuda Bay. Hold on. I could have just ruined the entire thing. Whoa! Hold on. We need it to be pool party. Yikes. I just felt like I needed a little bit of blue up there in the corner. Okay. So I think we're going to close up all these ink pads just because I don't want to get, you know, ink on my fingers. Oh, thank you for sharing, Kathy. I appreciate that very much. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing the video, that would be awesome. Because then other people will see it, and then they might want to watch it also. Your crafty friends can learn some stamping stuff from Barb. Okay, so I am going to use some tear and tape adhesive on the back of this because I'm going to add some ribbon. And I don't know if you guys know, we have this ribbon that's in colors that are leaving, the Rococo Rose, the Seaside Spray, the Pretty Peacock, Purple Posy, and the Terracotta Tile. And so those colors are leaving, and so anything that's related to those colors is also leaving. So we have this cool ribbon that is scallopy. And now I've never been a huge fan of tying it because it's kind of thick, but it's very cute if you just use the edge of it. And so sometimes I can be a little thrifty, and I cut my ribbon in half. I don't know, this piece might not be long enough. We'll see. Oh, it might just be barely long enough. It's a scrap that I had. And so I like to just use the edge of this ribbon because I think it is so cute peeking out of other paper, of papers. From behind paper, I just think that this ribbon is just the cutest. And so this is how I like to use it, is like that. So now I'm going to add it to the bottom of my stamped layer. Get my seal out here, and maybe we'll add a little bit onto the ribbon itself. There. Thank you for sharing, Tracy. I appreciate that very much. And I'm just going to put this right down at the bottom. There we go. Press that into place, and then I'm going to trim off. I have a tiny bit of ribbon here, a little excess. Whoops. I think I got a little crazy there. I shouldn't have cut all that, but we'll make it work. Okay, so, and then I have this to go on my piece of Bermuda Bay. So let me get some adhesive on here. Now this is going to be a very tiny border, like a 1/16 of an inch, if I remember my cutting directions correctly. Just so it kind of pops, because our card base is Pool Party. And I didn't want it to be the same as our patterned paper. I think I cut something wonky, but I think it'll be okay. All right, so here's my card base. So I'm going to add that. Look at that, it's a scrap. Look at those gorgeous butterflies that I was going to do something with, and then I didn't. So now it became a scrap that I'm using for this card. I can be a scrap queen, you guys. What size is my Bermuda Bay? The Bermuda Bay is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And then the white was 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Okay. There we go. And now we're having some trouble because I didn't know what kind of a sentiment I wanted to put on here. I could do, what do I do with my stamp set? Oh my goodness. I seem to have lost, oh, is this it? No. Well, that might change my plan because my other stamp set was a tiny little stamp that would fit on that circle. But I can't find it. Boy, I hate when I do that. I mean, I literally have, okay, we're just gonna go on. Oh my gosh, that is crooked, isn't it? Ugh, these eyeballs of mine are the worst. Oh, we're gonna have to cut it off. This is how I fix stuff. Okay, so we got the one in the middle. No one's going to know that I did this. Unless, of course, they take my card apart, which I don't think anybody will. Who would do that? I would not. Well, that's not true, though. Sometimes I do take people's cards apart and use them again. Like, I'll just add a new card base to it because I really like it and I want to send it to someone else. Okay, so we're going to try that again. I think that's better. All right, well, I think we've made our decision. We're going to have to go with, we're going to try the happy birthday. Do I have that out already? Yes. Okay, so we've got happy birthday here. We're going to use Rococo Rose. Isn't that just fun and springy? Kind of like our little pouches that we made that I'll bring in here in a minute to show everyone that maybe is joining us late. Okay, so I think I can get this on here. Hopefully I can get it on here straight. We'll see. No, that's not that straight. So what am I going to do with it? I got to bring it down a little. Okay, we're going to try that again. Some days are better than others. And yeah. I think my husband's in the shower. I can hear my water heater. Oh, that's way better. Okay. Although, is that kind of too fancy of a font for this cute card? Excuse me, for this card. Let me know, you guys. Is it too fancy? Yes or no? Is the font too fancy for this card? Do I need to find a cuter font? So yes or no, it's too, is it too fancy? Yes, it's too fancy. No, it's not too fancy. Maybe I can find my other stamp set while you guys are commenting. It is not looking good. Not looking good. Jeez Louise, what did I do with it? Oh, maybe we won't have to worry about it. You guys are saying no, it's not. Oh, yeah, we have a few yeses. We have yes, no, too fancy, it's perfect, no. I think we have more no's that it's not too fancy than yeses, so I'm going to go with it. Okay, thanks, guys. All right, so I am going to trim it off here, and then I'm going to bring in my little Banners Pick-a-Punch. This is a 3/4 inch wide strip, so I can just slide that in. And I cut it a little wonky, but I think it'll be fine. There. Okay, I don't think so. No, it's not too fancy. Nancy said the tail of the Y could have... Oh, interesting. I don't know if I could do that, though, Nancy. I'm not that talented. But I think I like what you're saying. Nancy says maybe I could put some dots after the Y. You know what I could do? We could maybe do that with these, but well, there's only one butterfly that I could really put a butterfly trail from, and it's that one. So that might look weird if there was just one butterfly trail. Okay, I'm not doing it. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to put it right there. I could put it over the ribbon, but I don't think I like that. I think I like it down here, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I need to find some kind of bling to stick on here. I wasn't thinking about bling. I was just thinking about what sentiment am I going to use? Maybe a little closer to the bottom. Just because I don't want it to appear that I'm trying to center it and then not get it centered. So if I put it at the bottom, then it's not supposed to be centered, right? Okay. I had a piece of white that I was going to run through with this die. And now I can't find it. Is it inside my card? No. All right, I'm going to have to cut one. Hold, please. My trimmer is right here. And, okay. And I have my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine right here next to me, so I can run that through. Okay. No, it's not too fancy. Okay, yeah. Oh, wait, is there more comments? I need to roll down. Okay, so I'm going to put this on in the center of my layer. Bring on Rococo Rose flowers. Oh, you know what? I have those tiny little flowers around here somewhere, or I could cut some more. I actually was looking at all my dies in that Pierced Blooms set earlier today, and I'm missing a leaf. So now I have to try to find that. Oh, I'm sorry about the wiggliness, you guys. This table is not super sturdy. Okay. Get rid of this. And we'll see. Nope, I don't have any height to do it. But we can stick this on the inside. And maybe I can grab my baby boss, and then we could do some small little flowers. Okay, so I think that looks good. Okay, hold please. Okay, I found it. All right, so here's my baby boss. Here's the die that I'm going to use. That comes in the pierced blooms. And what do I need? I don't remember how to do this. I think it's plate number 1. Plate number 1 and 2 plate number 3s. Okay, yep. Then I have some scraps, of course, of Rococo Rose. We'll just rip that in half. And we'll just stick our little flower friends on there. Put my plate on. All right, roll through there. There we go. Oh, I did too. I liked that too. Nancy said she used to like it when they put the catalog numbers on the dies. So then if you misplaced a die, you could easily find out where it went. And now we can't anymore. So, okay. So I don't know what I want to do with all these little flowers. Where I want to stick them. I don't know. Is that... I'm not feeling that at all. I'm not feeling that at all. Should I put them on the inside? Or maybe I need another color? What do you guys think? Okay. Maybe I could put them on the inside? I don't know. I feel like I need something. Maybe I just need some rhinestones. I mean, rhinestones, can you... Ooh, what if I put rhinestones in the centers of those Rococo Rose flowers? Okay. We're going to try this first because I honestly feel like a rhinestone fixes literally every problem you may have on a card. And then I could maybe put some, where? In the corner maybe? Maybe like 2? Is that too far away from my sentiment piece? Don't give me any fits. You get in place, you little stinker. Maybe I could put one like right up there. Except then that's too many. That's 7 and we can't have, or that's only 6. We got to have 7. So maybe I could put 3 here. How's that? Oh, those were the flowers you meant. Okay, good. Certainly easier to locate them and get them to the right. They need rhinestones. I know. Okay, good. So I think we're going to go with this. I don't know while I put these on the inside. Okay, I happen to have a liquid glue right here, and I'm just going to add... Ooh, maybe I'll put 2 down here at the bottom and 1 in the other corner. Oh, that glue is clogged. Is that going to be the story of my life tonight? Oh, that glue came right out all over my finger. Hold on. I need to get this glue off my hand and close this up before it spills out everywhere. Okay. So, maybe I can... The glue is kind of blobby. That's a word, just in case you didn't know. And so I had to kind of move it around a little bit. It's too blobby. Okay, and that one we can put up there. You know what? Can you put rhinestones on the inside of a card, you guys? I feel like I need to. I feel like these little flowers need rhinestones on the inside. And I mean, I guess there might be some bumps on the inside of the card when the person opens it. Ooh, you know what? I could put a scrap piece of paper in there. And then it wouldn't matter because I think they really need rhinestones. You have to do it. The front, I'm still not sure if I should do this and this. There's something not right about it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I should take all the rhinestones off the bottom and just sprinkle them on the top. Does anybody have any thoughts? I love the card too. Thank you. Oh, and you know what? Let me show you my little pouch that'll go with it. So I made this little pouch for a blog hop this morning with a different card. And so then I made this card for you guys tonight because I thought you might like it. I'll let you guys ponder what I said for a moment while I kind of make some room so I can bring in everything that I've made. Because, boy, we got a mess going on here for sure. Oh, Handy Mandy, could you please hold this card down for me? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Handy Mandy is handy sometimes, you guys. Okay. You guys some of you are saying you like it as it is. Okay. The pouch is cute. Oh, Pam says no. What do you mean no, Pam? I should get rid of the rhinestones or I should leave them. I'm not sure what your no means. Dolly likes it as it is. No rhinestones. Lisa says no here. None anywhere. Okay. It's blobby. I noticed that one. I know. Sometimes it can be a little blobby. I don't know what I'm going to do. I may end up leaving them on there until I can figure out what I want to do. Although if I leave them, then they might be too hard to get off. Okay, we're going to take them off and then we'll see what it looks like. Where did I put those rhinestones? The package, the container. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, Mandy's holding this for me. Thank you, Mandy. Oh, okay, I think I can get all these off because I didn't press them down too hard. Oh, there we go. Get back on there. Live another day on another card. Okay, I do like the rhinestones on those flowers, but I just don't know that I like the rest of these down here. Maybe 3 is all we need. I mean, you know, they do say to use odd numbers, so maybe we'll just leave it like that. Okay, so these could actually be like a little set, even though they're not, but they could be. And then we have our cute little citrus card that you can have it stand up on a desk or a table and look amazing. And then I have these cute little Easter treat pouches that I made. Aren't those cute? With those Easter colors. Oh my. I kind of really outdid myself tonight. I'm really excited at what I made. Yay! Okay, you guys. Take the one off. Yeah, so I got rid of them. I think it looks better. I think less was more in this situation, but I am a fan of the inside. So yeah. So again, you guys, I do have my free bow maker with $100 purchase going on through Monday. And then my online classes that I talked about are linked below. Remember to thumbs up the video if you would. I love that very much. Subscribe to my channel here when you're on YouTube. And I will see you guys back here next Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, and 7 Eastern. Good night, everyone. Have a fabulous week.